The grading of cables, the process of achieving uniform distribution of stress in the insulation of cables is known as grading of cables. We have seen that stress in the insulation will be maximum at the conductor surface because if we take overhead lines or underground lines, stress on the surface will be more. Okay, stress on the surface will be more when compared to uh, sheath. Okay, when you compare to sheath or in midpoint of the conductor, it will be less stress. On the surface only it will be more. So we need to maintain the uniform distribution of stress. Okay, the conductor means there will be a many layers, so the stress should be equally distributed. Why we need to maintain the uniform distribution of stress in the insulation of cables? To avoid the breakdown of the insulation. Okay, if it is not uniform distribution of not uniform distribution, then breakdown of insulation occurs. So to avoid that one, we need to maintain the uniform distribution of stress. So there are two methods to maintain uniform distribution of stress in the insulation of cables. That is, first method is use of intersheath for grading, second is capacitance grading. First we shall go for the intersheath grading. Okay, this intersheath grading, between core and lead sheath we will use some layers. Okay, we will use some layers, that is intersheath layers, by placing a metallic, it is made up of metallic intersheath layers core between core and lead sheath. Okay, you can see the diagram. First middle small circle, that is a core, and next intersheath 1, intersheath 2, lead sheath. Okay, core diameter is small d, intersheath 1 diameter is d1, and intersheath 2 diameter is d2, lead sheath diameter is capital D. Okay, between core and intersheath 1 voltage V1, between intersheath 1 and intersheath 2 voltage V2, between intersheath 2 and lead sheath voltage 3. Now we should find out the maximum stress between core and intersheath 1. First we shall go on writing maximum stress between the two layers, that is between core and intersheath 1, next between intersheath 1 and 2, next between intersheath 2 and lead sheath. That is what we have written the three equation, that is G1 maximum, G2 maximum, G3 maximum. Okay, G1 maximum is stress between core and intersheath 1. G2 maximum equation is stress between intersheath 1 and intersheath 2. Okay, you can see between core and intersheath 1 voltage V1 divided by D divided by 2 is core diameter, core radius. Okay, core radius is D divided by 2 log E. D1 is a intersheath diameter divided by core diameter is small d. Same you write for G2 maximum. First V2 divided by D1 divided by 2 is intersheath 1 diameter is D1 divided by 2. We want radius, so log E D2 divided by D1. D2 is intersheath 2 and D1 is intersheath 1. G3 maximum you write same for that also. Since the dielectric is homogeneous, the maximum stress in each layer is the same. If the dielectric is homogeneous, then the maximum stress in each layer will be the same. Okay, G1 maximum is equal to G2 maximum is equal to G3 maximum is equal to G maximum. Then we can equate three equations. So as the cable behaves like three capacitance in series, therefore all the potential are in phase. Voltage between conductor and earthed lead sheath is V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, thank you. Today we shall discuss about capacitance grading. Why we need capacitance grading to make the uniform distribution of stress in the insulation of the cable. Okay, the grading done by using the layers of dielectric having different permittivity between the core and the sheath is called capacitance grading. In this we are using three dielectric of outer diameter d1, d2 and capital D of relative permittivity epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 3. Okay, you can see the three dielectric are worked at the same maximum stress. So you can write the equation as 1 divided by epsilon 1 d is equal to 1 divided by epsilon 2 d1 is equal to 1 divided by epsilon 3 d2. G1 maximum stress, we can write the equation as G1 maximum is equal to G2 maximum is equal to G3 maximum. G1 maximum is equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 1 D divided by 2. In this we are considering the charge. Okay, how we will write the equation for capacitance? C is equal to Q divided by V. Okay, like that you take for G1 maximum is equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into epsilon 1 into D divided by 2. For G2 maximum, Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into epsilon 2 into D1 divided by 2. For G3 maximum, Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into epsilon naught 3 into D2 divided by 2. For first voltage V1 is equal to integration limits we will apply from D by 2 to D1 by 2. We are considering from core to first layer. Okay, G dx is equal to integration of D by 2 to D1 by 2 Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into epsilon 1 into x into dx. If 1 by x is, if you integrate 1 by x, you will get log x. Okay, if you apply the limits instead of x, what you will get? You will get d by 2 minus d1 by 2. Okay, log a by log b. Okay, if you do log a by log b, you will get d1 divided by d2. Okay, first 1 by x, integration of 1 by x is log x. Replace x as, first you apply limits instead of x, what you will get? Log d1 by 2 minus log d by 2. Log a minus log b, you will get log a divided by b. So d1 by 2 again divided by d by 2. That 2 get cancelled. So log e d1 divided by d. Okay, v1 is equal to q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon 1 log e d1 divided by d. That we can write as v1 is equal to g maximum divided by 2 d into log e d1 by d. Potential across second layer V2 and third layer V3 is given by seeing V1 equation. We can write for V2 and V3 G maximum divided by 2 D1 log E D2 divided by D1. Next for V3 G maximum divided by 2 D2 log E D divided by capital D divided by D2. Okay, go on. For first V1 we will consider only core and next layer. For V2 equation we will consider, if we take intersheath layer 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are 3 layers we have considered. For V1 equation core and layer 1. For V2 equation layer 1 and 2. For V3 equation layer 2 and 3. Okay, if the cable had homogeneous dielectric, then for the same values of D, capital D and G maximum, the permissible potential difference between core and earthed sheath would have been V dash is equal to G maximum divided by 2 D log E capital D divided by small d. Okay, this is the capacitance grading. Okay, obviously if V is greater than V dash for a given dimensions of the cable, a graded cable can be worked at a greater potential than non-graded cable. Okay, graded cable means it will be uniformly distributed, so that a graded cable can be worked at a greater potential. It will be greater potential than non-graded cable. Alternatively, for the same safe potential, the size of the graded cable will be less than that of the non-graded cable. Okay, the size of the graded cable will be less when compared to the non-graded cable, because the stress on the cable will be equally distributed. Next, the following points may be noted as the permissible value of G maximum are peak values. Therefore, all the voltages in above expression should be taken as peak values. Okay, and that is you should take as peak value and not the RMS values. If the maximum stress in the 3 dielectric is not the same, then V is equal to G1 maximum divided by 2. You should add the each equation. Okay, V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Problems, we shall go for the problem. Okay, first problem, a single core lead sheath cable is graded by using 3 dielectric of relative permittivity. They have given 5, 4, 3 respectively. The conductor diameter they have given 2 cm and overall diameter, that means capital D, they have given 8 cm. If the 3 dielectrics are worked at the same maximum stress of 40 kV divided by centimeter, find the safe working voltage of the cable. What will be the value of safe working voltage for an underground cable, ungraded cable, assuming the same conductor and overall diameter and the maximum dielectric stress? D is equal to 2 cm they have given, D1 is equal to not they have given, D2 is equal to also question mark, capital D 8 cm, epsilon 1 5, epsilon 2 4, epsilon 3 G maximum is equal to 40 kV per centimeter. Graded cable means epsilon 1 into D is equal to epsilon 2 into D1 is equal to epsilon 3 into D2. From that you find out D1 and D2, because we know the value of D, small d, so we can find out the small d1 and d2. Okay, next, permissible peak voltage for the cable. How to find out permissible peak voltage for the cable? V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, the what I have explained for the derivation, you take out that equation and write it here. Permissible peak voltage for the cable, V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. V1 value is G maximum divided by 2 D log E D1 divided by D small. They have taken common G maximum divided by 2, so that you will get D log E D1 divided by D plus D1 log E D2 divided by D1 plus D2 log E capital D divided by D2. Substitute the values, because you know the value of D1, D2 and capital D. Okay, substitute the value of all the values, so that you will get permissible peak voltage for the cable 81.808 kV. Safe working voltages RMS for the cable, it should be in, I have already said, it should be in peak value, it should not be in the RMS value. So 81.808 divided by square root of 2, you will get 57 point. Safe working voltage RMS for cable, they have asked for RMS find out for RMS 81.808 divided by square root of 2, you will get 57.84 kV. Okay, thank you. Today we shall discuss about capacitance of a single core cable. This is the diagram. They have single core cable. Middle you can see small circle, that is a core, and outer circle dark line, that is a sheath. Okay, we have considered the inner cylinder and outer cylinder. You can see inner cylinder is cable and outer cylinder is represented by lead sheath, which is at earth potential. You can see dark circle, that is a dark line circle is connected for earth. Consider a single core cable with conductor diameter is small d and inner sheath diameter capital D. Sheath diameter is capital D. Let the charge per meter axial length of the cable be Q coulombs and epsilon be the permittivity of the insulation material between core and lead sheath. Outside what I have marked sheath as lead sheath and inner is core. Okay, epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r, where epsilon r is the relative permittivity of the insulation. Consider a cylinder of radius x meters and axial length 1 meter. The surface area of this cylinder is 2 pi x into 1, that is 2 pi x into length. Length we have considered 1 meter, so 2 pi x meter square. Electric flux density at any point P on the considered cylinder is dx is equal to q divided by 2 pi x coulombs per meter square. Next, electric intensity at point P, Ex is equal to dx divided by epsilon. Dx value is q divided by 2 pi x epsilon is equal to, you will get q divided by 2 pi x, epsilon value is epsilon naught into epsilon r volts per meter. The work done in moving a unit positive charge from point P to P through a distance dx in the direction of electric field is Ex into dx. Hence, the work done in moving a unit positive charge from conductor to sheath, we need to find out the work done in moving a unit positive charge from conductor to sheath. That means small circle to sheath, large conductor, large circle. Okay, what is the potential difference between the conductor and the sheath? First we shall see the potential difference. V is equal to, we should apply the limits d by 2 to capital D by 2, because we are considering conductor radius is d by 2, sheath radius is capital D by 2. So apply limits, we are considering from conductor to sheath, so apply d by 2 to capital D by 2 Ex into dx. If you integrate Ex into Ex into dx is equal to, you will get integration of d by 2 capital D by 2 q divided by 2 pi x into epsilon naught into epsilon r into dx. Okay, if you differentiate 1 divided by, if you integrate 1 divided by x, you will get log x. After getting log x, you should apply the limits. First, d divided by 2 minus log d divided by 2 minus log d small d divided by 2. Log a minus log b, if it is there, we will consider as log a divided by b. So log d by 2 log capital D by 2 minus log small d by 2, that we will take as log E capital D divided by small d. Next, capacitance of the cable is C is equal to Q by V. We know the value of V, substitute the value of V, you will get 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon r divided by log E capital D divided by small d farad per meter. Okay, we know the value of epsilon naught 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12. This is a standard. Okay, epsilon naught value substitute. Okay, next, instead of writing log E capital D divided by D, we can write it as there is a base is E. For log, there is a base is E. We can convert into log base 10. Okay, to convert into log base 10, we should write the 2.303 log 10 capital D divided by D. Okay, we have converted log base to the power of E equal to log base to the power of 10. Okay, so that we need to multiply 2.303. Okay, next, after calculating, you will get epsilon r divided by 41.4 log 10 capital D divided by small d into 10 to the power of minus 9 farad per meter. If the cable has a length of L meters, then capacitance of the cable is, we have considered till now capacitance cable has a length of 1 meter. If the cable has a length of L meters, then you need to substitute as epsilon r into L divided by 41.4 log 10 capital D divided by D farad. Okay, next, charging current. Charging current XC is equal to 1 divided by omega C is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi FC. Omega is equal to 2 pi F. Substitute omega, then 1 divided by 2 pi FC. Next, and charging current I is equal to V phase divided by X phase. We shall solve the problem. A single core cable has a conductor diameter of 1 cm and internal sheath diameter of 1.8 cm. If impregnated paper of relative permittivity 4 is used as an insulation, calculate the capacitance for 1 km length of the cable. C is equal to, what is the formula? Epsilon r L divided by 41.4 log base 10 D divided by D into 10 to the power of minus 9. Epsilon r they have given 4, L is equal to 1000 meter. Okay, L is equal to, they have given the 1 centimeter. If you multiply into 10 to the power of 1 length, they have given the, diameter they have given 1 centimeter, capital D is equal to 1.8 centimeter, length they have given 1 kilometer. C is equal to 4 into length divided by 41.4 log 10 capital D is 8, 1.8 divided by small d is 1. So you will get C is equal to 0.378 into 10 to the power of minus 6 farad is equal to 0.378 microfarad. Next problem is calculate the capacitance and charging current of single core cable used on 3-phase 66 kV system. The cable is 1 km long, having a core diameter of 10 cm. That means they have given the core diameter small d is equal to 10 cm and an impregnated paper insulation of thickness is 7 cm. The relative permittivity of the insulation may be taken as 4. They have not given the capital D value. That means they have said impregnated paper insulation of thickness. That means the cable is first, next layer. D is equal to 10 plus 2 into 7. Okay, 2 times. Impregnated paper insulation of thickness will be 2 times greater than that. Okay, so D is equal to 10 plus 2 into 7. Epsilon r is equal to 4, length is equal to 1000, 1 kilometer they have given, small d is equal to 10 centimeter. Substitute the values, you will get C is equal to 0.254 microfarad, V phase is equal to 66 divided by root 3 because 3 phase 38.1 kV charging current is equal to V phase divided by XC 2 pi FC V phase. If you substitute, you will get 3.04. Thank you.